This is the Vale Park. It's the first model in the all-new Officer collection. Its case measures 39.5mm by 41mm, is 11.6mm thick, with 20mm lugs and a 47mm lug-to-lug length. The Vale Park Officer, or VPO, translates much of the design language from the Dune Shore into a more severe end result. Again, you have draping lugs which fall away from the case sides and then are rolled and pierced through at the end. You have a cylindrical inner case with a tall chamfer leading up to the sapphire crystal. And you have a mid case with flat sides that then curves downward toward the edges of the wrist. The defining trait of this aesthetic is blending these more graceful curves into surfaces which are a bit brutal. By doing so, you end up with a watch whose personality really seems to depend heavily on your viewing angle. This keeps the visual interest high and is the kind of design that might cause you to lose some time every day staring at your wrist. The Vale Park also makes use of a 2-layer sandwich dial. Whereas the dials in the Calligraph collection are given a wet ink semi-gloss treatment, the Officer's dial is matte finished. All of the hour markers are cut out, including the crosshair, revealing C3 lume beneath. The 12, 3, 6, and 9 positions are further differentiated by a pattern of circles, which are printed a bit heavier so that they raise up like droplets. The minutes are indicated by a railroad track around the periphery, also printed in C3, as is the offset dial signature. The fairly broad hour and minute hands are framed in black, with lume filling up the centers, and the mostly black seconds hand has a small lumed triangle toward the end. Turning the watch over, you can see there is a nice mixture of brushed and polished surfaces, with the majority of the horizontal surfaces being brushed, and the majority of the vertical surfaces polished. The crown itself uses 3 different finishes, being brushed on the outside, polished across the top, and sandblasted in the recessed space. The exterior of the caseback is totally clean, without any brand markings to speak of. Now, I say exterior of the caseback because the Vale Park has an officer's back, as you might have guessed given the name of the collection. This caseback actually has a unique release with a catch lip that nests in the screw-down crown. To release the back, you just give the crown about half a turn, and once the catch lip is cleared, the back opens. Here then is where you get all of your model data, as well as a view into the Miyota 9015 and the custom visitor rotor. The rotor is done in 2 parts. On the bottom, there is a blank 9015 rotor which has been cut out. Applied on top of that is a gold-toned embossing of the visitor logo with the door knocker emblem circumscribing the rotor bearing. One of my favorite features of the whole watch is this tall boss which comes up off the caseback and holds the rear sapphire crystal over the movement. The top of this boss is polished, while the lower area receives a circular brush. Similarly, on the lid, it's polished around the outside, with perlage in the center. By the way, the lid releases before the crown disengages its thread, so you're not in danger of changing the time when you just want to open the back. The Vale Park comes on a straight 20mm black and brown wingtip leather strap. At the tail of the strap, you get the 3-circle pattern that was featured on the dial, and on the other end, you find a brushed buckle which echoes the surfaces of the lugs. Moving into production, the only real consequential change that will be happening, as compared to this prototype, will be increasing the width of the hinge to make it stronger and also more comfortable. I'm expecting the price of the Vale Park to be about $800 USD, though that number is not yet final. If you would like to pick one up later this year, then please go to visitorwatchco.com and add your name to the waiting list which has just gone live for this watch. When we're ready to open sales, the opportunity to order will proceed chronologically down that list. And that concludes Reveal Week. I hope you like what I have in store for 2016, and if you'd like to see updates on any of these pieces, then please do subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.